This no, you're good.
What's
You go.
wrong with him, bro?
All right, and then you can just hold it there, and then
Being
yeah,
crazy.
man.
All right. And we are live. I think you live right now, bro.
Awesome, 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 awesome. So y'all already know what it is, man. It is Motivation Monday. We do this every single Monday, and as always, I gotta let y'all know, man. This is beneficial. The cameraman production. If you're liking all these camera views, if you're liking the pop and all the stuff he's got going on, yo, hit him up on IG. Get your stuff right. Get your stuff recorded, especially if you're doing the contest. Hey, you can get a nice video from my boy Beneficial. He works with a lot of budgets. Make sure you guys reach out and let him know, man. You need that camera work. But today we are with somebody exciting. I am very, very excited to be able to get this conversation going. This is somebody that I've seen, multiple, multiple, multiple. I don't even know how many smart glasses this dude's got, but we're gonna get to the bottom of it today. But man, Rex, give us a little bit of an intro, man. Who's Rex?
Yes. Well, first, I'm glad to be here. Rex Exec here. I'm founder of Exec Gaming, where we specialize in building apps for all augmented and mixed reality glasses. Been doing it for about 6 years, just building apps for all augmented reality glasses. Any pair of glasses you see today, I pretty much built apps for, and just really excited about the future of where the metaverse is going, and just
Heck,
glad to be playing a part in it.
that's what I'm talking about, man. And have you always had a like a love for tech, man? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I see like you post constantly, always try to educate about the smart glasses. I've looked at
Hmm.
a couple of your apps. I see that you've had
Hmm.
your business for 3 4 years. As far as like
Yep.
creating the stuff like that. But
Hmm.
have you always loved tech? Is it something that started when you were young, or
No, I kind of first kind of fell into it. Just working in finance. I worked in banking for about 3 years.
nice?
Really found out that really wasn't what I liked to do. So I picked up building mobile apps. And then from there, that's where my fervor for tech just kind of just took me took me there where I was like, well, what's going to be the next thing after mobile apps? I saw it was going to be augmented reality glasses, and then I just went all in on that.
Yeah, and I saw that you have a good amount of apps also like in the Android app store. I was able to see a
Yes,
couple of
sir.
them that I was able to pull on there. I know, you said you were doing financial before, the business administration, Morgan
Hmm.
State University, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, their college, I know that that college got a beautiful, man. I love their band. I play the alto sax, so one of the big things is like how big and how awesome
Yeah.
their band is, how the energy in that band, man. And how did you like that, man? How did you like the school? What was your experience?
What was the HBCU experience? I definitely loved it. You cannot replicate that experience just being in the HBCU like Morgan State.
That's what I'm talking.
Definitely, it's right down the street from me from home. I'm originally from Largo, Maryland, so it's about a 2 hour drive. So I'm pretty familiar with the area, but just being on campus, it really just gave me kind of like that feel of like it really is like college, but also more than anything, it really has such a storied history, and I
Yeah.
was just glad to be a part of it.
And you get to feel that it gives you good school spirit for sure, man, to be able to,
Yes,
because I'm telling you, I'm not even from the school, and when I see their marching band playing, man, it's the energy they give. Dude, it is amazing, especially being at the games. um
yes, sir.
you said business and finance first, man. I do want to ask you in the aspect of, you said that you fell into tech. What got you into the business then, man? Getting you said a business administration.
Yes.
Awesome. What made you get it?
Yeah. So what got me into it was I wanted to see what was really going to be like my thing. I really
Mm-hmm.
felt like business was gonna be like my vehicle for me.
Yeah.
So I figured, study it, get my degree in it, and then I can pretty much kind of, if there's anything else I wanted to learn, I can add everything on top of that. But I do know that the basis of just starting with business and finance just made sense at the time. I didn't really think I was going to go into tech. I didn't even learn programming until I really just started building mobile apps myself. I really
Look at
just
that,
taught
man.
myself I do it, and but I knew that business was going to play a big part in it, no matter what I did. So that's why I chose that route.
And it makes sense, because I see that a couple of your apps are like ATMs, collecting crypto. I saw
Hmm.
like a card, like a higher lower game
Yep.
that you had made.
Yes,
So it
sir.
makes sense why you incorporate so much of, and also it's a fun way to learn. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people don't know how to keep balance. It's one of the hardest things that you can do as a business owner is being able to keep a balanced income, and using games like that and using, stuff, AR, stuff like that you're able to create can teach somebody, and use a bank to be able to teach somebody how to do balance sheets, how to collect crypto. And in the
Mm-hmm.
future, I mean, there's stuff right now that you can definitely like, there's like Wi-Fi spots and stuff that you can use to be able to collect, minimal, but collect some type of monetary reward for it. You in the future, I know that you're definitely working into having these AR games mean a little bit more, you know what I mean, and be able to add a little bit more in that aspect of uh real time, be able to make money or monetize in some way, be it through ads or something like that.
Yes, sir.
And the reason why I bring that, man, is because I can always tell when there's hustlers or innovators, you can always tell when the person has that grind in them, right? The fact that, I was
Mm-hmm.
researching you, looking you up and stuff, and the fact that you used to sell financial reports, right? Or financial models when you were
Yep.
going through college. Can you tell me a little bit about that? And actually tell, because that's crazy. You get what I'm saying? Like, you took the time
Mm-hmm.
to get these models together, create these financial models, and then be able to use that to as a side hustle to be able to fund yourself a little bit through college. So what made you bring that
Mm-hmm.
that idea up? And like, is that something that you're always trying to find that solving that problem?
Yeah. So in college, a lot of people, a lot of us were going through classes that, they didn't really know, they didn't really know how to do the work. So
Yeah.
I figured, after someone's gonna take this class after me, there's gonna
Hmm.
be someone after that. So I figured that, after I go through this class and I learn how to do it, let me just sell my own financial models, of how to do it, meaning like just basic templates of how to put a financial model together using the DCF analysis. Even things that we had to learn, such as fixed income.
Hmm.
All those things, as far as putting those models together, that's what I learned how to do. Just going through the course, and believe me, it was really tough at first. But after I got the hang of it, I said, someone's gonna take this class after me. Let me just sell the template, and then I can make a little change on the side while going through college.
Man, you see, and that's right there. That's something that's thinking. It might seem simple to people. It's like, well, he just. It's obviously he thought of stuff like that, but you don't really. Not everybody applies himself in that aspect. So that's great thinking, and I'm sure you're incorporating a lot of that thinking within the stuff that you do right now. Um, Man, so you do the AR, MR, VR. What with the VR, what was the Quest 2 the first one, or like what got you into the actual VR? Did you fall into AR first and then wanted to check out, or
Well, I fell into VR first. Quest 2 was where I started. Um, the reason why I went the route of VR, because I saw that was the most available. So I said that, there isn't really that big of a difference between the two. And the reason why I say that, because the same principles in building an AR experience from the standpoint of interaction, and as well with just doing a game design document and all those things.
Mm,
Most available.
what platforms did you like when you first got in, man? Did you check out Horizon first or venues, or did you
Honestly,
do
I
like
did
VR
not
chat?
check out Horizon at first, and that was really that really surprises a lot of people. I was during the time when, I believe, what's that platform that everybody talks
Outspace?
about? All Space, right?
Yeah.
All Space, and I missed that wave at that time.
Mm,
Most platforms I was on a little bit of spatial at the time,
nice.
but I really wasn't on there that much. Here. I really didn't really see it like a social platform. I didn't think I think it was as many people that had a VR headset. So I just said, let me just go the gaming route. But now, I've been proven wrong.
And have you seen? So you've been able to kind of see from the outside, kind of see Horizon grow, since it has kind of changed. a little bit of the perception that you had at first about social apps. Because I do agree. At first, you're like, man, how many people actually do have these apps or this headset
Yeah.
to be able to come in here and and be able to actually have a social experience. So I agree with that, man.
Yes, sir.
I agree with that. Um, After the Quest 2, you got your Quest 2, and then I see, dude, you have basically every single glasses. I feel like that have to do with smart glasses, man. But
Hmm.
what was the first one you got, and what got you into getting the other ones?
The first one I got was the Rocket Air
Hmm.
glasses. That was actually the first company I found out that was building augmented reality glasses because at the time I was looking for first of all I was doing my search as far as who's doing it today. It was two companies. It was Rocket Air and X Real.
Hmm.
I started with Rocket Air because at the time that was what I can get immediately. I can get my hands on it, work with it, get used to the experience and everything. And then from there I moved with X Real. X Real's more of what I like because it has the ability to use real immersive augmented reality from the standpoint of being able to walk around, interact with content. It really takes a virtual reality experience that you would build on here and really put that out into the real world. So I started with Rocket Air, but today I'm 100% X Real.
Yeah, X-Ray. They're really good, man. Their pros are pretty good. I know I've tried the
Mhm.
Roku Max. It's not a bad,
Yep.
pair of glasses, but I do agree with you. I feel like the X Real definitely feels. I feel like if it feels a lot better on the face, the
Mhm.
there's other ones that I feel like are they do give you like the X Real Air 2s. I feel like those also like they're very light on the face, you know what I mean? Them
Yep.
adding the beam, I think is also something that adds a lot of value to it. And it's pretty clear, you can't beat it, man. With the Xbox Game Pass and having the glasses on.
Yep.
Do you travel a lot with it and use it a lot in that aspect?
Yeah. Yeah. Usually when I'm traveling,
Mhm.
particularly on long plane rides, long plane rides when I want to get a movie in or do I want
Yeah.
to play a video game. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Do you see any use in it for like since it does overlay, I guess, for people who want to use it let's say they go out to public spaces or whatnot and they don't like being, socially that out there. Do you think the glasses have you ever seen any case use for those glasses to be able to overlay or something to be able to maybe a YouTube video or something to calm the person down?
Yeah, I think so. From what I've seen so far, just with several developers that I've seen that put up prototypes on
Hmm.
Discord, that is definitely possible and is actually in the works. Um, I've seen I can't think of the name of the app, but there is an app out there currently right now for Rocket Air that they're going to try to put to X Real that does exactly that. So I've seen it done, and it's definitely very much possible.
As far as the use for you and those glasses, do you use it mostly for
Mhm.
entertainment or is there other like
Activity as well. Anytime I'm doing anything in terms of like development,
Mhm.
um, not just with I would say testing, more so with app testing, and also as well, there is some productivity applications like being able. It's still a little rough around the edges, but there is an app that I have seen that that's on the productivity side. I really want to dive deep into that because I really see that that would be a more efficient way to get things done that I need to get done. If I wanted to pull something up, but yeah, I use it for productivity, but I would say predominantly just based off of like my day to day. It entertainment is definitely in there, but it's definitely more productivity.
Man, dude, it's crazy to think that all this was just from you wanting to kind of self-teach and get into this stuff the way you did, and that
Hmm.
does take a lot of initiative. Is it something that you like wanted to start as a hobby? Do you feel like it's a hobby now as far as like pushing you, or do you feel like you've already incorporated, your business and your personal in this?
Um, I would say that it's now become my business. I do it full time. I build. That's what I do. My business
Nice.
is 100% building apps, 100% for augmented and mixed reality glasses. Now we are at a point. We're at a point. I would say will be an inflection point where
Mhm.
it's still not at the point where it's scalable yet. But I would say that this definitely has become my business. I really see that this is where I'm more passionate about. But number two, it is definitely it is definitely a future in it, and it's definitely 100% of my business now.
What keeps you motivated on that, man? You know what I mean? Because it is hard as being an innovator. A lot of
Hmm.
people, innovating means that you're creating stuff that necessarily people don't might not see fully yet or see the value fully in.
Hmm.
What motivates you to keep pushing if you feel like you stated you feel like we're in a space where it hasn't fully gained the value or the the trust that it needs to in the eyes of the people. What keeps you motivated to keep building and keep pushing, and why are you so sure about it?
Yeah. Well, what keeps me motivated is really just a challenge. Is really the challenge of really pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Um, to me, that's what keeps me motivated every day because I understand that yes, everybody may not understand it, but but honestly, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is really just doing your research. If you believe in the hard work you put in, you have nothing to worry about. That's how I always look at it. Um, because that's the one thing that's tangible that you can show. So I have 100% confidence, 100% confidence in the market and where it's going. But what keeps me motivated is just a challenge, and with that challenge just comes. You have to be prepared, and that's what keeps me getting up every day.
People and stuff that you have looked into that motivate you?
Yeah, it definitely was someone I watched when I first got into augmented reality glasses. He was one of the first pioneers to make augmented reality glasses the way it is today. Um, he's one of, and he's a kind of an unsung hero, but I've definitely looked at how he did it and what he was doing in space. Definitely well respected, and I would say my favorite entrepreneur is Mark Cuban. Mark
Nice.
Cuban definitely because Mark Cuban is just he's Mark Cuban,
Yeah.
and he's someone who comes from a non-traditional tech background. He even mentioned he was self-taught. So
Mhm.
it really just gave me the confidence to really say, hey, if he's able to teach himself how to build tech himself, why can't I? But I would say those are the two individuals who motivate me the most.
That's what I'm talking about. Besides the dedication and discipline that they have, and that's stuff that you can definitely build over time. And people have, there's a reason why you're here now. You know what I'm saying? You're waiting for this stuff for people to catch up and for the common consumer to catch up to be able to understand what you're doing.
Mhm.
But I see you every day. You post on there, and I love seeing that stuff, man. You post about the glasses. You've been posting. I've seen you out. I know you're out in New York and whatnot, just posting about your uses and whatnot in there. I know that you said you were going to post, more reactions of people because maybe sometimes they need to get, you have to give them that experience. They put it in their
Yes, sir.
face. But I've seen a lot of that stuff, man. And dude, it is very motivating to see that you're creating this content not because you're hoping for a million likes, but you're creating this content to empower and to show people, hey, this is what you don't have to wait for the future. This is what we can
Hmm.
create and what I can create now for you,
Absolutely.
and that's it, man. So I want to give you that, man. I want to give you that shout out as far as your consistency and educating people and wanting to put it up there. How does your family feel about it, man?
Yeah, my family feels great about it. My father's one of my biggest supporters.
Mm,
He always says he doesn't 100% understand it, but him coming from the banking background, he's been in banking for about 40 close to 40 years.
nice.
Retired
Dang.
about a year ago.
Okay.
So he sees it and says, you know, this is the next big thing, and he's one of my biggest motivators as well. I would like to shout him out because he's always saying, you have to adjust with the times. You have
Mm-hmm.
to build for you have to build for you have to build for the future,
Mm-hmm.
and he sees what I'm doing as being, like I don't 100% get it, but I do understand that this is the future. And my family feels great about it. Definitely my biggest supporters.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm sure he feels great when he sees like the Apple ads and all this meta ads and all this stuff that
Yep.
comes up, because you're the entry point, for a lot of people, those are entry points. Sometimes it's too technical or sometimes just people, they shy away from it, but they when they trust somebody or they know somebody that's gonna explain it to them in the way, you're their entry point into there into having a great experience. So that's awesome,
Hmm.
man. I'm sure he sits there and he's like, every time those things come up, he's like, man, Rex, with his glasses, and it's to ask everybody who comes up here. Was that the first name that you picked when you first got in here? And what does it mean?
Yeah. What's my actual name, Rex? Reason why I chose exec because the name of my company is exec gaming. And I got the name exec because with exec it was supposed to be executive.
Yeah.
My first, and then but then I said that's too long of a name. So let me just take the concept and shorten it to XZEC. And I thought, hey, I kept it this long. Let me just stick with it and just put it into my name.
No, it's definitely a great idea, man. It gets the idea across, because it is true. Sometimes you're trying to get fit so much in one thing, in one name, and it overextends or it cuts off in a way that doesn't make sense. But you picked it, and,
Mhm.
and that was the first username you used, or did you like move it around?
Yeah, this is my first username. Like when I
Yes.
first got in here. Yep.
That's one of the things, man. That we don't think too much about it, but I've asked numerous people, and they've usually tell me like, "Oh no, I've changed it a couple times," because it is hard, having to figure out what you want to be known as or what your name. If you necessarily don't want to use your actual name, I guess. Um,
Yes, sir.
but that definitely is, man. That's okay. Y'all saw that, man. Hey, once again, I want to remind you guys, man. This is the stuff that we push for. More innovation, more building, more business. And it's great to see, like you said and it's his father has embarked on him is the fact that you build for the future, and it's true,
Yes,
and
sir.
the future someday comes, and then you have to continue pushing and pushing. How do you stay on top, man? How do you stay like I guess on top of what you need to know for to stay ahead of what the industry? Is there any like websites or anything that you like to point out?
Well, well, two things. One way is if you want to know what the future is going to be, you hang around people that are coding it.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm a coder, so I do join Discord channels like
There you go.
with developer communities. Um, particularly like X Real, X Real MIT Reality Hack. That's another one that I attended last year.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely gave me an entree into knowing what's next and what groups to follow. I would say just leverage Discord. That's a way that I do it. And then just really just every day, every morning, just if I know my business augmented reality glasses, I don't care if it's the smallest shred of news. I'm going to read it. I'm gonna read about it. Even if it's you know just a repeat of what they said yesterday. I don't care. You never know what you could find. So I just do a Google search every day and I just stay abreast through Discord.
Man, you know, it's gonna sound so cliche, man, but I feel like you can always tell when somebody loves what they do because it's like never a chore, and when they ever talk about it, they show passion, and I can tell that like you love this. under your team?
Yeah. So I do work with other developers when I'm able to, when we want to build together. Currently right now at the moment, it is me and my brother, me and my
Mhm.
twin brother. He's not on the developer side, but he is not. Well, he's kind of now transitioning into the developer side. So I would say both of us are kind of developers now, kind of just by happenstance. But yeah, right now it's me and my brother and just a few acquaintances that I've competed in hackathons with
Nice.
that we're building a team around and build apps together.
Hey, man. Are you currently looking for people on your team? For your
Yes,
team?
yes, I am looking for. And one thing I'm 100% knowing everything about XR development, and I think that's what's really scaring people from really pursuing it
Yeah.
is that there are different ways to be a developer in XR, unlike mobile. In XR, an experience is important. We need people that are. If you're an artist that did anything in painting, anything like that, experience is important. There's always a career. There's always a
Mhm.
career for someone who has a passion for art. Who even if you want to learn how to code. Now with I'm not saying 100% AI, but AI is kind of have is leveled the playing field. I'm just saying that because I think people understand that it's not it's a huge barrier. It's not that huge of
Yeah.
a barrier anymore to get into the space.
Nah, man, and that's great that you actually say that because I think it is true. That is the barrier that people don't want to cover over, or they look at it and they're like, "Man, I don't know all these instructions. It's written weird. It's read weird. I necessarily don't understand. How the values or whatever it is." And you're right, man. You don't have to be an expert in stuff like that. You can also be moldable, and then having a background, like you said, an experience in something definitely helps you to be moldable to succeed in this. So y'all already know,
Mhm.
man. Hey, he's definitely looking for the developers, people on the team. If you feel like you got the passion or whatnot, connect. Overall, even if you're not even trying to join the team, you're interested or whatnot. Reach out. He
Mhm.
is a lot of knowledge. He has a lot of value within his page, and I feel like it definitely gives you a lot of stuff and tools. If you notice, a lot of the stuff that he spoke through here that has motivated him or has pushed him or has gave him the tools that he needs to keep succeeding are things that he went and seeked. Obviously, you have to get within, but there was things that you
Mhm.
went and kind of went out of your way to get knowledge for. It just didn't come knocking on the door for you, right? What I'm saying?
Correct.
You had to go and get this stuff. You fell into liking these glasses, creating for these glasses, and then, like you said, creating for the future of these glasses. And all this takes
Mhm.
tools, it takes initiative, it takes discipline. Um,
Mhm.
all stuff that I feel like the right innovators and people who love what they do, like you do. You know what I'm saying? Let's I got to take a little bit back, man, because we talked a little bit about tech, we talked a little bit about the motivation side about it.
Mhm.
Like I said, I feel like I see the passion in you. You don't talk about it like it's a chore, you don't talk about it like it bothers you. It's something that I feel like you wake up in the morning and you go to sleep probably at night, tired but excited. Is there certain things, certain projects that you like more than the others?
Yes. I would say my favorite project right now is still kind of under wraps. But I would say my favorite project right now is being able to run a corporation in my augmented reality glasses. That's
Nice.
really the big goal. Where now you run an entire business virtually on the go in your glasses. That's definitely my biggest project. Um, the most difficult undertaking, really. And I would say my second favorite, honestly, is Crypto Run. Crypto Run is definitely my favorite because that was one that I really saw. I really saw at first. I was wondering why no one didn't do it yet.
Mm.
That honestly started as like a tutorial. That was like my first tutorial. Like it was a coin collection game, and then
is a good way to learn crypto and grab crypto. I see that you've overlaid it up in New York, on the
Mhm.
streets of New York, Times Square and stuff.
Yep.
So that definitely is. I'm sure. Do people ever give you like what's your reactions out there, man?
You know what's ironic about that is that a lot of people just walk past me, don't even say anything. Like it's it's crazy the reaction. Now some people walk up to me and go like, they'll wonder what they are, or they'll
Mhm,
always say this. They'll say those are those meta glasses. I'm like,
mhm,
no, they're not. I say, no, they're not meta glasses, but they're augmented reality glasses. They're like, oh, metaverse glasses. Yeah,
mhm.
they're metaverse glasses. You know, so I get kind of mixed reactions, but sometimes just walking on the street with them on, no one really. Some people don't even notice. And you got to think New York City, people moving so
Yeah.
fast. They're like going about their day. They're not really stopping to really pay attention. To be honest.
Nah, man, they're late for something and annoyed
Yeah,
about it too.
yeah,
It's all the way as that. But no, man, yeah, I've seen them. I've seen you some of your videos on there. You're going around and doing the money run or doing the bank. I saw the financial one that
yep,
you had on there. I thought that was actually pretty cool. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see more that you got on there. Maybe a motivation one. You never know. Maybe
yep.
some that you can constantly ask it. If you're feeling down or whatnot, to put a motivational quote or motivation or
Hmm.
now with the whole AI speech, man, being able to have somebody kind of speak, your favorite
Yep. Like a
motivator kind of speak
avatar.
for you.
Yep.
Yeah. So hey, that'd be cool, man. That'd be pretty cool. I'm always down for motivation, man, because just like anything, obviously, like I said, I feel like you definitely don't see this as a chore, and I'm sure you love it and you have a lot of passion in it. But I'm sure there's times that you sit there and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like God, like what's going
Hmm.
on, or am I going the right path, or is this something that I should be doing, or is this choices that I'm making? So it's great to see. What is a quote, man? What's a quote that you like or you use whenever you do feel those type of times?
Yeah. The quote I use is the cavalry isn't coming. You
Mm-hmm.
have to get it done one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I use that that's motivating for me because it gives me that sense of urgency that I can't sit here and just wait and be sad or sad that it's not working yet. Make it work. I have
Mm-hmm.
no I mean you have no other option. You can sit here and just let it flee, let it flee and just, leave you, but the work needs to get done. That's the only way around it. So I use that as motivation, just to just to get out of quote unquote rut, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
And it always sets me right back on the right path.
Man, that is a great quote because it is true, man. Sometimes you just got to remind yourself that if you wait for help to come, you're never gonna move anywhere
Yeah,
else. You're
you're
never
never
gonna
gonna get it.
advance.
Hmm.
And I'm sure there's times, and that's one thing that I always want to remind people. It's never saying that there's not down times in life. Obviously there is not down times in life. I mean, that's what makes life, what it is, the good and the bad. You wouldn't recognize or share with the bad or the good if you didn't have bad times. So it's not more of saying like you're not going to have bad times. It's more of saying like you are going to have those bad times, but you have to keep pushing to be able
Yeah,
to get to where
yeah,
you want to get.
absolutely.
Um, where can the people find you, man? Where can they find you if they want to stay up with you? They want to download these apps. They
Mhm.
want to check out what we've been talking about this whole time. Where can they find you?
Yeah. So I'm most active on Instagram. You can find me at there's a few games. One of our newest games now is Ninja X. It's a
Mm-hmm.
ninja training game. Pick up your sword. You have Kuranage. You have to dodge, hit. Just download it, have some fun. But yeah, that's where you can find me. And looking forward to you downloading our apps or just shooting me a message if you have any questions. That's where you can find me.
Hey, you heard the man, Ninja one.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you guys definitely have to check that one out. I thought it was pretty cool. I love a lot of it. Are you like a big like martial arts like movies or anything like that? Because it gave me kind of that vibe,
Oh
like
yeah,
old
yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a karate I'm a karate baby. I love anything karate. Anything.
yeah,
I like
yeah. Like Fist of
kickboxer,
Fury.
anything John Claude, anything like
Okay,
that. I love it.
okay. That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, you guys check it out. Check the man out. Check out what he's got going on. Now, before they check out what you got going on, tell us what do you have going on next 6 months? What do we have looking forward to? As much as you can
Yes.
tell us, I know you got some stuff on the wraps, but as much as you can,
Yeah.
tease us with, I guess.
So in the next 6 months, I do have the new Snap spectacle glasses. I have some lenses coming out currently right now that I'm working on.
Nice.
And as well, I have I'm a part of a big app that's super popular on VR chat right now. It's about to be released. I'm not going to say exactly the name, but everybody watching this probably has been to their shows. But we have a really big app coming out very soon for these guys. I'm really glad to have been a part of this to help make this happen with them. That's going to be coming out soon. And another big event. I do have an MIT reality hack coming up.
Ooh,
MIT reality hack. I'll be competing. I'll be competing. Hopefully this year. I competed last year, but yeah. You'll find me at your nearest hackathon. And I'll have some big projects coming up. But yeah, my next 6 months is gonna be just on the road. You're gonna see a lot of new augmented reality experiences out there in the real world.
hey, that's gonna be. I'm excited for that. Hopefully, we get some BTS on the story, so we can follow you in the journey, man. But I'm excited to see all that, and for you to accomplish those goals, man. It is stuff that it is motivating, and if you guys have been keeping up the whole time, if you learned something today, the one thing that you guys learned for today's Motivation Monday is that you got to go out and get it. You got to be passionate about it, right? You got to
Mhm.
want to do it. This stuff has to be stuff that isn't a chore for you necessarily. It's something that you're excited to do. And is when it comes to creating. So, man, stay up with my boy here. Stay up with him. Stay up with the apps. Check all the stuff that he's got going on. Because what was it that you said, man? You're when you're among what innovators? What was the you said it early on in the speech that you are who you are among. And I do believe that you definitely want to have innovators in your circle, people that are
Mhm.
innovating and pushing and doing what needs to be done for the future. So I appreciate you, man, for real, for coming through for Motivation Monday. I appreciate y'all for sharing that quote with us because it's a great quote to have. And then just letting us know who you are, man, because I've seen you around. If you guys don't know, just so I could bring it up to you guys, this guest speaking is by recommendation only, meaning that it's not necessarily that you reach out to me and you say, hey, I want to be on the show. Somebody recommends you being on the show, and then I look into what you're doing, and then I invite you on, like I did with Rex and many other innovators from the past. The reason why I do that is because I want people that are motivating the community. And the fact that people are coming to me and saying, "Hey, this is somebody that I definitely want you to have on there. Somebody has motivated me in the past. Somebody has helped me in the past, or somebody who's doing on some consistency, like Rex is doing." I think it's great to be able to bring on here. So once again, Rex, thank you so much for your time today, man. I,
Thank you. I'm glad to have been a part of this show. I would say I would leave with these words is that it's possible, man. It's so much room for everybody to be in this space. It's so much room. Don't count yourself out because you may not be a technical person or even an or even if you're not an artist. There's always a lane for everybody in this space. There's so much room for everybody, and it's so early. Get out there, create, and
That's what I'm talking about, man. Thank you so much. If you guys don't know, today is Motivation Monday. We do this every single week. I get to meet awesome people like Rex and many other people that I've had. If you want to check out more, go ahead and check out Beneficial. He's been recording my past sessions and past guests. So check it out on his YouTube. Yo, he's got a bunch of stuff going on. And on top of that, I know I keep putting it in, but I want you guys to understand to stop come with a budget, let them know what your vision is, let them know what you're trying to get done, and that's it. That's all you need to do, and my boy gets it done for you. There's a contest going on right now with Meta. I'm sure there's video Motivation Monday. Before I go, I remind you guys this every single time. Yo, check up on your family, your friends, your people. Once again, if you see somebody distant, just check them out, take them out somewhere, hang out with them in the metaverse, download one of the AR apps and play with whatever it is, man. But make sure you guys are checking up to your people, man. Much love and thank you so much for tuning in. This is Motivation Monday, and we out.
Yes,
That's it,
sir.
man. Easy peasy, man. Let me take that from you. And then let's take a quick picture, brother.
There you go.
The rest of the night.
I gotta grab a nap, and then I have to get on X Reel.